Welcome back to part 3 in this trilogy series where we are predicting at the midpoint of the season every single EFL League table. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Kicking off this League 2 prediction video is going to be 24th place Forest Green Rovers. Now that club is in serious turmoil. They've just sacked Troy Deeney after 3 matches. Some media troubles, I think, is probably the cause of it. It was bad, but it wasn't worth sacking him over. But they look in serious trouble, and I can't see them turning it around anytime soon. Next up, we have got Colchester United. Now, despite the Cowley brothers just coming in and having a decent track record at this sort of level, I don't think they've got the ability to keep them up. They look really shaky, and despite this club being playoff bound a few years ago, they have really come crashing down. I think they'd be lucky to survive. So in 22nd, 21st and 20th, we've got Sutton, Tranmere and Doncaster. Now these clubs could get dragged into that relegation battle, and Sutton, I just think it's going to come together for them because they've been really poor this first half of the season and they are bottom of the league for a reason. But I can just see them making a comeback in this second half and just about surviving. But who knows? Any of those clubs could end up in that relegation fight and go down into the National League. The next 3 we have got is Salford, Bradford and Grimsby. Now, Salford of the 3 are the most likely to get dragged into that relegation scrap. However, a good January transfer window and perhaps a managerial change could turn things around there. Bradford, they're a weird side. They can beat anyone on their day and could end up finishing a lot higher, but could also get dragged into that relegation fight. Grimsby, I thought they were going to kick on this year. I thought that money from the FA Cup run last year was really going to help them and maybe push them towards a promotion bid, but it has not turned out that way at all. They've not spent well, and I don't think that they're going to be in the relegation fight, but I don't think they're going to be going up at all in towards the top half of the table either. The next 4 teams we have got is Walsall, Morecambe, Crawley and Swindon. Now, starting off with Walsall, they've had a mediocre start to this season. I can't see them getting dragged down into that relegation fight, but I also don't see them making that bid or push for the playoff spots. Next up is Morecambe. They've been a bit below par for me. I thought they were going to be in that top half and perhaps having that playoff push, but they've really underperformed this season. On to Crawley, who are completely opposite. I thought they were going to be in that relegation fight, especially after last season, but they've gone above and beyond this season. And out of all these next 4 teams, I think that they could be the ones that do make that push. I just don't see it happening. I'm not the wheels falling off, but I can see them not being as good in the second half of the season as they were in that first half. And finally, Swindon, who I'm not completely ruling them out of pushing for playoffs, but I'm saying they have less chance than Crawley do. But I don't think there's any chance of them going down. So I think that is going to be my 4 mid-table sides. On to our next 3 that are kicking off this top half. We have got MK Dons, we have got Gillingham, and we have got Newport County. Starting off with Newport County, they're obviously the lowest team in this, and I think they're going to be quite pleased with this after their rough start this season, and I'm hoping that they can set themselves up nicely for a good campaign next time out. Obviously, they've had a couple of failed playoff bids in the past, and they'll be looking to try and get back there next season. Gillingham, I've been disappointed with them this season. I really thought they were going to be a lot better. I thought that they were going to be in those playoff places and maybe not the automatic promotion contention. Finally, on to MK Dons. They'll be really disappointed with how the last 3 years have gone, from having that playoff campaign to try and get into the Championship to now not even going to be in a playoff campaign for getting back into League One. I think they're going to be really disappointed, and it's not looking good for the Dons. On to the 2 teams I think are going to narrowly miss out on a playoff campaign. That is Accrington and Harrogate. I think Accrington will be happy with the second half of the season after a bit of a disappointing first half. And Harrogate, well, they've had a fantastic start to this season, and I'm hoping they can continue it and maybe just sneak a spot into that playoff places and perhaps get promoted. Be a fantastic achievement for the club, and I think they have the capacity to do it. On to our first 3 teams in the playoff places. We've got AFC Wimbledon, who despite having a disappointing start of this season, look like they're starting to get it all together again. Next up, we've got Notts County, who have had a really good start to life back in the Football League, led by McCoy Langstaff, and they are flying, and also they are the first of our 2 promoted sides, and it just shows you the level of the National League nowadays. Next up, in our final spot in this little section, we've got Mansfield, who despite having a really good start to the season, have started to tail off slightly, and I think that is going to continue and lead them into a playoff spot rather than that automatic place. The final team that is just going to miss out on that automatic promotion spot is Stockport County. Now, despite having a really good start to this season, I think they're going to tail off towards the end. Not too much where they drop out of the playoff spots, but just enough to miss out on automatic promotion. I don't think they're going to get promoted this season. We have now got our two teams that are going to be getting automatic promotion, but just missing out on the title. We have got in third place Barrow, who have had a fantastic season. A couple of years ago, I'd never even heard of this club, but now they're up there and they could be playing League One football next season, and I think they will. In second place, we've now got Wrexham, who it's hard to argue with Paul Mullin and that squad that is fantastic, and they have potential to go and win the title. I think they're just going to miss out. Maybe their FA Cup run might hinder their chances, as they're going to have a lot of games coming up very, very soon. But I think they're going to get promoted, back-to-back promotions, and get Wrexham back to where they belong. Now, a team that I think are going to upset the odds. You know, their trajectory is going up the league. I think if this carries on, they could win it, and I think they will win it. I'm going to go with Crewe Alexandra. Now, a bit of a rogue one, considering they're not even in the automatic promotion spots at the minute. But I just can see that side coming together, properly clicking, especially if they have a really good January transfer window and winning the lot, and expect to see them in League One next season. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit like and subscribe, as it helps the channel out, and comment below who you think are going to win League 2 this year, and I will catch you in the next one.